Hey everybody, Dr. Seth Gerlach with Core Health here today. I've got a special guest, Kelly Kimberlin. I'm going to introduce in just a minute. But today is for people, are you frustrated? Are you stuck? Are you not where you want to be? Do you feel like you have all this other crap going on in your life? Do you feel like you're super busy and can never get ahead? Well, today Kelly is going to come talk to us about how to cut the shit out of our life and take your life back. Is that right?
That's right. Keeping it real over here, keeping it real.
Awesome. This is my really good friend, Kelly Kimberlin. She's a life coach and speaker, and her business is Connect with Your Inner Badass. How cool is that?
That's so cool.
Kelly, welcome on. Thanks for coming on. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in life coaching and speaking and helping all kinds of people?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you the short form of the story, right? Because I had to connect with my inner badass to basically save my life. I ended up down a rabbit hole after 47 years of believing what other people believed. And I didn't think I was good enough to do anything for myself. I was always trying to make everybody happy. So when I hit that rabbit hole and I wasn't doing things I should have been doing. I was drinking heavy. I was looking for pills. It just ended up to be a bad place. I had to connect to that inner badass to save my life. And as I was doing it, I knew that I wasn't the only woman out there feeling down and just stuck and just not worthy. I knew with this voice and this personality and this attitude, I could help others get out of their rabbit holes. So
your attitude. Love the attitude.
Empowering people to say yes to themselves.
Right.
Before they say yes to anybody else.
Gotcha. And so I've worked with you before also. I know a lot of people that have worked with you. You've helped a ton of people, again, connect to that inner, whatever you want to call it, bring out your true self, your badass really, to do the things that you're born to do, right? So how do you, like, I guess, who are the people you usually see, and like, what are people coming to you with? Like, what are the complaints they're coming to you with?
People are coming to me that they feel like they're stuck and they don't know why. And they feel like they're doing everything they need to do. They're taking the steps and nothing's working out and they're getting frustrated. And they don't even know they're sabotaging themselves. But we all are. And until we are aware of that, there's things like subconsciously, our subconscious works 30 times harder than our conscious mind.
Wow.
So you don't even know, I read that yesterday, you don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah.
So with somebody like me that can see it, because you can't see it yourself. And, you know, I support you and I can kind of show you what's going on and cutting that shit out of your life. That shit is the old BS, that old belief system that you got from your parents, that you got from your peers, from your teachers. My dad told me he wasn't going to help me with college because I was just a girl.
Oh, man.
And, okay. And so I had to rebuild that belief system as my own. I took that on. I had teachers say, you're not as smart as your brothers, but you try really hard. Oh, thank you, Sister Alicetta. I mean, seriously, who says that? Right. So I just help people rebuild their belief system as their own. What do you believe about yourself?
Yep.
And what do you want to create for your life?
That's cool. And I know that the times I've spoken with you, I'll say something, something I've been saying my whole life, and you'll be like, no, you can't say that anymore. That's your old self, right?
That's right. I mean, seriously, I still remember those times, but you don't even know you're saying it.
Oh my gosh.
It's such a habit.
It's ingrained.
Yes, it's ingrained. You don't even know you say it. So if you have somebody that's kind of supporting you and be like, hey, what did you just hear what you just said? It was going to be hard and it was going to be a long road. I'm like, who? You don't want to say that. You're going to go through with ease and grace and you're going to take the steps. So it's just simply repatterning. It's not easy, but you can do it.
Right.
You can do it with support and patience and persistence, knowing that you can change your life. You don't have to believe all those old beliefs.
That's so
basically it's the main thing that we have to do.
I love what you said too about, these subconscious thoughts. They kind of dictate Everything we do, everything we think about, every single day, they dictate pretty much our whole lives without us knowing. So that's kind of scary, thinking that, the very large majority of people out there are kind of being taken along this path of they're just kind of walking around like willy-nilly, dependent upon, these things they built up in their mind so far, not knowing maybe their true potential or what they can actually do and create, who they can be in their life. So, I mean, that is just huge beyond measure, I feel like.
Yeah. But you know it when you come in. You can watch little kids. Little kids, they think they can do and be anything. Anything. They have this imagination that's beyond undescribable. And then they start getting conditioned. So all we really have to do is go back to being that kid-like personality, using our imaginations to just simply ask ourselves, what would we love our life to look like, instead of just taking life as it comes. So I do teach people, you don't have to live according to your conditions. How would people ever get out of bad situations? And they do. You have to have a vision.
Yep.
You have to have a vision. You have to get that crap out of your head that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy. You had to, I'm going to use the F word here, Seth. You have to forgive yourself and others.
Yeah.
That you've been blaming everything else for, everything in your life for. I've done it myself. I had to do a ton of forgiveness work, mainly with myself, because I was just so embarrassed about the condition I got myself into. I have 2 teenage daughters and they saw that, but I had to do a lot of that work and it took time. So, and that's how I got out of the rabbit hole. I got coaching. I found out what was wrong with my body. I worked with you.
Yeah.
And, I messed up my whole body with this adrenal fatigue.
Right. Well, that's from your head.
I know.
Yeah. So true. So forgiveness, you always said forgiveness is not about them. Forgiveness is about you. Right? So it helps you move on, helps you heal and repair. So a lot of people are held back, I think, with grudges, and they think they're not good enough, or maybe they still, blame others for their problems and things like that. And that's something you really help people with. I know you do.
Yes. That's huge. So that's the main stuff. I mean, if you don't, okay, so here's the thing. It's been proven. We're all energy. We are 99.999% energy. So, and you don't get any more, and you don't lose any.
Yep.
This is your energy. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to let that person have that power? Are you going to let that situation take you down? God love Gary, my husband, but boy, when he gets upset about something or some customer, or I'm like, Gary, you're going to give him that much power? You're going to ruin your whole weekend over that? And I just walked away, and it just makes you think like, no, that person, already maybe man, I'm just not going to let it go because I'm not going to ruin my whole freaking weekend.
Right.
So you got to, so your energy, here's when you don't know you're sabotaging yourself. Your energy is taken up with resentment, anger, limited beliefs. Here's a good one. Other people's opinions about you.
Yeah.
So all your energy is taken up. Well, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the education. I don't have the money. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you're not going to get anywhere talking to yourself like that.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so true. And I love just, I would jump on a call with you and I'd feel so much better at the end because you kind of put everything in perspective. Like you said, are you really going to let, that little thing just like ruin your whole day, your whole week? And it's like, no, I'm not, you're right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. And so I always say, I always get the clients that actually I'm talking to myself a lot. You know what I mean? When I'm coaching you or somebody else, it's like I'm looking in the mirror and going, yeah, Kelly, you need to work on that too. So I always appreciate coaching people because that's why I'm getting stronger and stronger because I'm constantly coaching myself.
Right.
If that makes any sense. It's like a mirror for me. Because I believe that you bring every person and every situation to your life.
Yep.
And if you can be aware of that and like the stuff that happens in your life where you think you're falling apart and oh my God, I got a flat tire and this person doesn't talk to me anymore and blah, blah, and I lost that job and look at it. Where's the lesson here? I just had a talk before here, a call with the client and there's some stuff going on. I said, okay, this is the hard part. Let's look at the lesson. Yep. And she actually recognized a pattern that's been going on for years with her that she did not recognize before.
Yeah. Wow.
Now that she's aware of the pattern, she's like, Not anymore.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You taught me that too. There's
That's fun.
what are we missing? Because don't what you say something about how these things keep happening or can keep happening to us until we learn our lesson, right? So
I've been there.
a lot of the same people get into the same junk over and over because okay, I haven't learned anything yet. I'm still going through this, trying to learn it, but I
Yeah,
haven't gotten past that step yet.
yeah, I know. So everything is a lesson, and it almost gets kind of fun. Just get curious about your life. Why do I
Hmm.
keep pulling these kind of people? This. For the stories, women keep pulling in the people, the men they think they're going to save.
Mm,
Okay, but they keep doing it, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it because that's in their head. That's the only kind of people they think that gives them value for
yeah,
them to help their spouse and not just be who they are with their spouse. So you see it all the time. You got to be aware of the awareness of what your attention is on is what you attract. So the 3 A's, your awareness of where your attention is at will attract what you bring into your life.
wow, that's
3 A's.
powerful.
Yeah.
And then the awareness and attraction kind of comes down to also, I know you talk to people about visions a lot and
Mm-hmm.
things like making sure you have a very clear vision on where you're going. Do you have any good stories about people creating visions and then living out their visions? Maybe it was you, maybe it was someone else.
Oh gosh, yeah. I have a client that I call her the master manifester.
I like that.
Mhm. I call her the master manifester because everything she wants to create, she gets her vision. And what the trick is, the key that a lot of people don't talk about is the emotion. The
Mm,
vision's great, but if you're not emotionally attached to your vision and you don't see yourself in that vision, if you don't see yourself in there, it's not going to happen right away. So her
yep.
emotion is so connected to what she wanted to change in her life that things kept happening. And so things are happening so fast. She's like, well, I wasn't ready for that. And blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I'm like, you asked for it.
Yep.
The universe is responding to your
Yep.
vision. This is exciting. Don't get the energy where you're all nervous and anxious again. It's not serving you. Let's get excited about this. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's happening so fast. I can't keep up with it. So that's key, and I think it's because she's so emotionally attached to her vision, and that's how things change. Because what you're seeing for yourself, what you're saying and thinking, and how you're feeling, like you live as that person in that vision. You live as a high sought after, you know, highly paid coach or speaker or doctor or whatever it is. You see yourself as that, and you walk around like that. You see yourself how much money you're making. You got to get very specific. It's like the blueprint. Like an architect makes the blueprint to build a house. You need specifics. You need room sizes. You need how many rooms. You need how many acres. You need it all. And that's what you need for your blueprint. You're the architect of your own life. And if you think of it like that, that way you'll know you need to be specific. How much money you want to make? Where are you traveling? Do you see yourself traveling there? Just things like that. So,
God, that's awesome.
yeah.
All that, Kelly, that you're talking makes me just want to jump back on a call with you, kind of touch base again, get back on track, get focused, and get my mind right again. Just
Yeah.
because I mean, as humans, we go off in the ruts. I think just
Yeah.
naturally,
Yeah.
our minds are just going to go these places. So it's not very easy to just like flip a switch and do this, right?
No, absolutely not.
You have to really practice it. You have to do it every day. And I think that's what you really help people do is like set up those patterns on how to do that.
Right. Those are the 4 P's.
Uh-oh. Okay,
You gotta have the patterns, the patience for those patterns, persistence, and perseverance.
nice.
You have to, because what I teach is they're easy concepts, they're easy principles. Forgiveness, worthiness,
Yeah.
all that is just simple, but it's not easy. I didn't come out of this basement and start a new career and a new life, the next week or the next year. That happened 4 years ago, and it took a good couple years for me to get on track. But that was because it was 47 years of believing I wasn't worthy, and then I had to change all those patterns, and every day I'm working on those patterns, and it's funny, there's when you're buried for so long, like the real Kelly was so buried, and now there's like more Kelly coming out every day. And that's where I started off as a life mastery consultant. I said, oh, that's freaking boring. And so then that's when I became the Connect to Your Inner Badass, because more Kelly is being exposed.
That's right.
Every day,
Get
every
ready
year.
for 'em. More Kelly's coming.
Yeah.
So if you don't know Kelly yet, badass is a better description than her previous business. So
It kind of is. I was disconnected from that. I was trying to be like everybody else.
yeah, can't do that.
Remember, I didn't know better. I was 47 years in of believing I had to do what everybody was. This way, this is how it looks. This is what a coach does. And then I'm like, that's not even fun. I don't want to do this unless I'm having some fun. Unless I'm working with the clients I want to work with.
That's huge. Yep, got to do you. So you talked about certain things you teach is like forgiveness. What are the other ones? And then what are the big one or two that people are most hung up on? Probably. I know I'm throwing you on the spot here.
No, nobody likes to talk about this because it makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I can tell you the major one, and it's that self-love.
Self-love, yeah.
Oh my God, Seth, it's like nowhere to be found. When I ask clients to do mirror work, it takes a good month before they'll actually freaking do it. They get so uncomfortable. I make them go in and look in their eyes, look at your soul, man.
Yeah.
Just love on yourself, that forgiving of yourself. If you can change that, that'll change everything. Mm-hmm. Because actually what you're doing, and people have told me this, your energy is different. You completely, when you're loving on yourself and you're just like, not judging yourself, that's another thing. Everybody just beats the shit out of themselves. You're like, why? Who taught us to, every time I made a mistake, or if I didn't remember somebody's name, or I made a mistake on a bill, or I got a wrong runner, it was like, I was so black and blue for my own self-abuse.
Yeah.
So that's the main one. And then most of my clients get, they think if it doesn't happen a couple weeks or a month, they're like, this isn't working. This isn't working for me. I'm like, okay. It takes time. You can repattern your neurons. It's been proven. You got a lot of stuff to work out. It's not just getting your vision and your belief system over here. It's understanding why you're sabotaging yourself. So there's like two sides we're kind of working on.
Yeah.
And it's not where you end up at the end of the program. It's who you have become.
Yeah.
You become a different person. You are looking at life a lot differently. And those are the couple things that people have trouble with.
Yeah. And I know like the self-love, I know like Zig Ziglar and guys like that, they have like, they used to have like cards you could read in the morning, same kind of thing.
Oh,
I am this, and just, putting it out there about that. But I know some people with like the self-love, I think they think it's egotistical to think much of themselves. So they think it's better to just say, oh, I'm terrible. I can't do anything. I'm yada, 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 which is just serves
you crazy.
Yeah. And that's one of the things you helped, teach me. And I know you teach others too, is, you're in your own head all day. You're the person talking to yourself. You have to make those thoughts. The thoughts will create your energy, which creates your life. So super, super important. But I love how you have the steps, like you said, right? It's this, then we do this, we do this. I love that part about it. Super cool. And how you like you were like, I just see you changing along the way, change, which is awesome.
Yeah. Cool. It's who you become. You become a totally different person. And that's what it is. It's and then you almost become more passionate with other people. When you see somebody like reacting to something, you kind of tilt your head and go, oh, yeah. Instead of going, what a jackass, what a jerk. I always look at people and go, they must be having a bad day or they're dealing with something. You know what I mean? Where's your compassion, people? What's wrong with people? Love yourself and love others. It's just sounds corny, Seth, but that's basically it.
Yes.
Yep,
for sure. That's such a huge component.
Yeah. And changing the thoughts. That's hard after all those years. That's one of the things. And so here's the trick. when you say the I am statement. So when I am helping people with their vision statement, you always put it in present tense.
Right.
And you use your gratitude. I am happy and grateful that I am making this much money a month. I am so happy and grateful. And you feel it when you're saying it. You just don't write, you don't just read them. You actually feel them and see that. I am happy and grateful that I am in the best health of my life. And
Yeah.
it just changes. So when I was saying that, because my health was a mess, and then I ran into you. And I was like, oh, thank you. So I put it out there. I want to be in the best health I could be in.
It's amazing how this stuff too.
Situations and conditions show up in your life. Oh, you want the best health? Oh, Seth can help you with that.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's probably, from my perspective, that's probably the craziest thing that happened is like the more you manifest and put it out there, this stuff can actually start happening because your whole body, energy, everything's focused on getting that done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just wild.
It's so fun. Just have fun with this. This life isn't supposed to be so hard and crazy. I was talking about that today. I think people, like you say, hey, how you doing? Like, oh, I'm so busy, and kids are, I don't get along with my kids, and always talking to me, and blah, blah. And people thrive off the craziness.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? They love that. They love that they're working a lot, that they can't put their phones down, that they have two phones. I'm like, time will come more often, fun will come more often, and money will come. You don't have to be chaotic to get things to move.
Yep.
It start here and then take a step toward it. Take a step toward it. Keep taking steps.
I like that. So simplicity, we're taking the junk out. So we're taking out the regret,
right,
anger, limiting beliefs, other people's opinions. All that junk doesn't serve you. It doesn't keep you moving forward. So we might as well leave it back at the door.
Right.
And so before we jump off, Cal, what would be probably like if people are watching today, like a big take home tool that they can start doing at home just to start changing their life for the better? I know there's so many different things, and I hate to put you at just one, but
well, you probably know what this one is. I mean, and it's another thing people don't like to talk about. Put your freaking phones down, turn your TV off, go sit outside and be. When I get up way before anybody else in the house, and I meditate for 20 minutes. And it doesn't have to be silence. It doesn't have to be pure silence. I do it in different things. I listen to theta, beta waves, and I just shut down. Just shut this down.
Yeah.
Shut it down. Because you can't find your answers in the chaos and the problem. The answers are in here, as Thomas Edison used to say, in the land of the solution. He wasn't napping on his rocking chair. He was meditating back then. He shut his thoughts off and just got quiet so you can fill this up. So that's another thing, cutting the shit out. And people are like, oh, that meditation is for those woohoo people and blah, blah, blah. I don't care if you just go outside and sit in a park and sit on a bench and try not to think. Just be. Just look at the trees and the grass. Take your shoes off because you have to stay grounded. You have to stay grounded. Get your feet on that grass because that's who you're connected to. That power I talk about, Seth, is that we are connected to the source. I don't care what you want to label it, God, universe, one love. Just know that you are that powerful and you're connected to it. But if you will put your damn phones down and stop talking about everybody and judging everybody and worrying and stressing, you'll walk away from that park going, oh my God, your answers are so coming in your head. Yeah. Oh my God, that problem solved. You're like, if you're at work, you can't just figure things out. Go, get away. Yep. The answers are not in the problem. They're right here.
Right.
I got worked up on that one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I love that. Remember, you always said that all your answers to your questions are already out there right now. But a lot of times we're just too busy to kind of listen to them. We've got so much crap going on, we can't connect and we can't figure this stuff out. So I love that about putting your phones down, getting outside, grounding, getting in nature, and then just being yourself and just being. That's huge. Love it, Kel.
That changes a lot of my clients' way of being, I like to call it. It just changes, and they're like, you understand, that was the best thing I could have done this week. Like, and then you'll crave it. You want to do it more.
For sure. For
Mm-hmm.
sure. See it all the time. That's
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
All right, Kel. Thanks so much for coming on. This is so awesome. We'll have to do this again. For sure.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. So where can people find you, Kel? And I know we'll probably link to your website below. So if people are interested and they're like, this Kelly girl, she sounds like a badass. I really do kind of want to talk to her and see what's up. So I guess tell us briefly about what you do and then where people can find you.
Yeah. I have a website, obviously, and Facebook and LinkedIn. And I keep it easy. I've got all kinds of domains that you can go to connectwithyourinnerbadass.com, badasswithin.com. But if you want to keep it simple and do Kimberlin.com, that's easy. And then there's a place to book 30 minutes if you want to learn more about the coaching, or you're kind of interested about the programs and see if there's any way I can help you and support you. Facebook is Connect With You, and LinkedIn is Connect With Your Inner Badass.
Awesome.
That's it. That's all
love the branding. It fits you just perfectly, Kel.
I'm working on it. It's growing. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. I got a new logo I'm working on, and it's a lot of fun. It's fun to grow and expand.
You are. And so, you are.
Yeah.
Big things are coming, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are.
All right, Kel. Thanks again. Have an awesome day. I know you will.
Thank you. Thank you, Seth.